name is John Navin with West County EMS and Fire, and we're going to go over some extra techniques for capturing progress, gapping our inward swinging doors, and forcing them. So these are a little bit outside of our traditional techniques. First thing, as always, try before we pry, pushing the top and bottom, and then we're going to slide our adz over, and we're going to start to force our door. If we can't completely get our adz flush against the door, getting that 2 inches of gap like we like to, if for some reason the door's got some extra security and we're having trouble gapping it all the way, we can do a couple different things. Take our wedge, capture whatever progress we have, hit our wedge in, or we can take our wedge, put the flat side against the door, and slide it in here to capture our progress. With it like this, we're able to take the adz and actually pry against it, almost starting over, but with an increased gap to finish forcing our door. With the same concept, we can take our axe, our flathead axe, and we can start to capture our progress up top or down bottom. When we come in and we capture our progress with the axe, it's a little bit sturdier, so we can actually drive this in like a wedge a little bit better than the wedge itself, and then we can go ahead and force. If we're able to get some of our gap here, we can go ahead and put the axe flat against the door, put the striking part of the axe against the door, or if it's a smaller gap, we can put the blade against the door and then pry against that as well. The same thing can be done with our pig, but remember our pig has a pike or a spike on the back end of it, so we're not able to capture as small progress as you are with a flathead axe. So we need a little bit more gap to capture to get the spike of the pig in there, or we can just take the pig, put it flush against the door to capture our progress. And again, we can also pry against this if we need to. When we're working on our traditional forcible entry, we're only marrying up our New York hook on our outward swinging. With our adz only technique, we're able to marry up the New York hook on our inward swinging doors. So when we have our adz behind the door jamb itself, and we're going to go ahead and force the door, but we're just not able to quite get it, and we need to increase our fulcrum, we can do a couple things. We can take our New York hook first, bring that over, make sure the chisel tip right here is caught around the pike, and then the handle is going to go pretty much right between the forks. And then we're able to force the door with an increased lever. Another thing we can do is we can take two Halligans and we can marry them up fork to fork, just like we do on our outward swinging doors, and force that way as well. So just be cognizant of the things you need to bring with you if you're going to be forcing multiple doors.